What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flex. I'm back here with yet another video, and today, oh my god, it's highlights. Even on the wrong site, I get highlights. Hold up. The Miami Dolphins have finally, after what seems like 5 years, got a victory. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm for one happy because number one, we don't have our picks, so there's no point in tanking. And for two, it just feels good to finally get a win. Now, let's get to a couple of things before we even get into the actual game. Tua did not play. Now, we didn't know Tua was not playing until about 30 or an hour before game time, where it comes out that Tua is injured. Well, we kind of knew he was injured, but we didn't know the severe. We didn't think, nobody really thought it was that severe. It's a fractured finger, middle finger, and he did not end up being able to play. And at that particular point, I was feeling like, yo, I'm done with Tua, bro. To be honest with you, I've always been honest with you on this channel. I'm almost done with Tua because when he got injured again, it's like, man, come the fuck. We have to be able to see you play to evaluate you, brother. And if you cannot play, and this is another injury stacked on a list of other injuries, bro, we're just tired of it. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest, Tua's already like a middle of the road quarterback from what I've seen. He hasn't shown me anything that he's elite. Okay, middle of the road is being nice, honestly. But he's like middle of the road. You can maybe say he's average, you know. And that's fine, but you can't be average and then miss games. You know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, it tips the scale to you being a terrible player. You know, like I said, if you're like super good, if he was coming out looking like Kyler Murray, or like, not saying that he has to, but if he was coming out looking like Baker, or well, not even Baker, I won't say Baker. Baker had a good game today, but I don't want to say Baker. Like Kyler or even Russell Wilson, and then you end up getting injured like this, it's a debate. It's like, oh my God, he's so good when he's on the field, but you can't be getting injured like this and be middle of the road. It doesn't work like that. But enough about Tua, okay? He wasn't able to play today. Now let's get into the actual game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this game, if you watched it, was absolutely terrible to watch. For anybody that wasn't, I guess, a Dolphins fan, I kind of had fun with it because it was one of those things where both teams are so trash that it actually ended up being a good game. Like us versus like 90% of the league is going to be a bad game because we're terrible and we don't have a chance. This game in particular, it was two awful teams duking it out, and it was just a beautiful game to watch because of that. Okay, it was about 5 turnovers for each team. Neither team looked like they had a clue what they were doing, but it made it good. You know what I'm saying? It was a one-score game. It made it good, and we won. This could very well be our only last one of the year, I ain't gonna lie. But also, we could kick off a win streak off this. Who knows? Because at the end of the day, I'm never going to give up. In any given Sunday, we look pretty decent today. We play the Ravens on Thursday. Who's to say we can't go out there and beat the Ravens on Thursday by the grace of God? I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? A flip switches within somebody, and we beat the Ravens. Then we're right back in it, okay? 10-7, we might be able to make the playoffs. I'm just saying, bro. Listen, call me an optimistic, whatever you want to call me. But listen, at the end of the day, this is what it takes for me to continue to watch the games. I'm not going to continue to watch the games if I know or if I think we're going to lose every single game. And I'm going to continue to watch it, but it's not going to be fun. I'd rather at least have a chance, or know that we have a chance, or think that we have a chance of actually turning anything productive into this season. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, it was a combined 9 turnovers, a very ugly game for, I guess, people that aren't a fan of the teams. But me personally, it was a good game. As I can see, I also shaved my beard. Yeah, y'all can see that. But anyways, it was a good game. Now Tyrod Taylor, we actually were able to stop him for once in my lifetime. Jacoby Brissett looked pretty bad, but I mean, he just looks like a regular. Like he wasn't bad. He wasn't good at all by a long shot, but he looked fine. I mean, Jalen Waddle did what he's supposed to do. You know, we turned him into a bona fide Julian Edelman, even though he has Tyreek Hill's skill set. It's fine. We turned him into Jalen Welker, what I like to call him, or you know, Cole Beasley Waddle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why we did that, but you know, he had a pretty good game, and then Mike Gesicki looked fantastic. But again, this wasn't a game where we did too much fireworks on offense, but we were able to win. Our defense came out with a lot of turnovers, so that was like the biggest. I think we got 4 or 5 turnovers on defense. So obviously that's going to be the biggest thing in the game right there, the turnovers. But ideally, I'm just happy to get a win. You know, even though might have been an ugly game, might have been not a game that you like to see, might not have been a game that you think that instills any confidence in you. But I was just happy to get a win for once. You know what I'm saying? I was just happy to get a win. Majority a good job versus the receivers. I mean, I don't really know if it's necessarily a good job or if the Texans are just that trash. And that's another thing I want to get into. Us and Texans fans, we should really stick together because both our teams are just trash, and we let like players run through unblocked during the line. Like it was many times where the Texans were just letting people run in unblocked, and I was like, yo, if I was in an alternate reality and I was a Texans fan, I would look to say we're just like them. We would be dealing with the same problems. You letting people run free through the line of scrimmage, terrible front office. Like we're all dealing with the same problems here. So when I look at the Texans, I've seen a lot of us in the Texans today. I was like, damn, us in Texas. If you're a Texans fan and you watching this, just know my prayers out to you. You know what I'm saying? Respect. I hope y'all do well. I hope y'all do better because when I look at our team and I look how trash we are, and I look at how trash the Texans are, and I look at what both our team's problems are, it's like, damn, they're like our doppelganger or something like that. we deal with the same bullshit. Honestly, we're farther along, but because we actually have our quarterback of the future and things like that. But a lot of the things like the front office and the offensive line, we definitely have similarities there. Albert Wilson still didn't do much. Jalen Waddle, like I said, he played pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the game was just I don't know, a regular ass game. It wasn't too much offensive fireworks. Not too many people I can talk about offensively. Defensively, Javon Holland got a pick, so that was pretty important. That was pretty cool to see him. This is probably the most you've seen Jalen Phillips run around since, the season started. This is the most plays you've seen him make. This is the closest to our last year defense that our defense looked, and it looked pretty good. So those are things to be happy about, but again, it was the Texans. But at the end of the day, we don't I feel like you have to have a certain level of, I guess, ego or pride or confidence in this team to be like, you know what, this is just the Texans. I don't care about this win. I don't really have that anymore because of the amount of games we've lost and the level of competition that we've lost to, with losses to the Jacksonville Jags, losses to the Atlanta Falcons. You don't really feel like, I don't really have that arrogance about me. I don't know, arrogance is a negative word, but you get what I'm trying to say. I don't have that arrogance to where I'm like, yo, this is just the Texans. Yo, we're a bad team. Any team that we could beat, I'm feeling really good about. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any type of, we're too good to celebrate a win versus the Texans. They're bottom 5. Bro, we're bottom 5. Who gives a fuck? Like, you better celebrate whatever you can. But I will say, I hope that we could, improve. And this is a sign in the right direction. We actually able to finish it. So hopefully we can improve. I've always been a kind of guy that I'm happier to see a win versus the Houston Texans than I am to see a close loss versus, let's say if we played the Chiefs and we barely lost. I'm not happy about. I'd rather play the Texans and barely win. And even though you can say this is a bad win, I'd rather have a bad win than a good loss. You know what I'm saying? 100 times out of 100 times. So that's just where I'm at. I actually did stick to the run game a lot this game. Myles Gaskin, we can't run block worth anything. Liam Eichenberg is terrible. Well, he's a rookie, so you kind of got to give him a break, but he's terrible right now, okay? I don't want people to get that confused and be like, oh, he's just a rookie. I know he's just a rookie, but it doesn't change the fact that he is terrible. Our offensive line as a whole is terrible. The Houston Texans can't stop anyone on the ground. Myles Gaskin could not get anything going, although we gave him 20 carries. The thing about it is, it's not even a situation where it's like, yo, Jesse Davis has to go, or Liam has to go, or Austin Jackson has to go. It's not even the thing where it's like, okay, you can signify this one lineman that's really bringing the unit down. In our situation, in our case, every single lineman that we have is capable of just fucking up the whole game for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when I look at the team, I'm like, did we even try with this offensive line unit? Because all of them suck. Like, every single one of them. Like, it's like everyone. You might be able to find a bright spot if you try, but, bro, I feel like every single offensive lineman that we have is terrible, bro. That's just how I feel. Like, they all are capable of destroying the game. You know what I'm saying? And none of them are particularly good. So, Jacoby Brissett had to deal with a lot of pressure today. It's just, all our offensive line just sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's reality. And I remember we drafted Waddle, and I was kind of on the side of like, yo, he's not going to even have time to get open down the field. And I'll be damned if I was right. Now, I'm not one of those people that always say, oh, I'm right with the wool. I'm trying to prove everybody that I'm right. But in this case, I was right. He has no time to ever get down the field. And we don't even, he doesn't even, it was one play where he was down the field, and I think Jacoby Brissett underthrew it, or it was a bad throw. But yeah, he doesn't even have time really majority of the time. It's just not a good situation right now. As far as our passing game goes, we have a game versus the Baltimore Ravens. Actually, it'll be Thursday Night Football, our only primetime game, I believe. So it's gonna be a pretty decent game. I'm rooting for us. I think we're saying we could do something at the beginning. I don't know if we'll win the game. I ain't gonna never say that, but I think we could make some noise at the beginning. Hopefully, make it interesting. That's what I'm looking forward to. Make it interesting. The Ravens are not unbeatable, but they're unbeatable to us, it seems. But So hopefully we can make it watchable, make it a good game, make it worth staying up all night for, make it worth making a video at night before, you know what I'm saying? Just make it worth it, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully come out with a win, you know what I'm saying? A win would be amazing. Again, there is no reason to root for a loss with the situation we're in. So everybody should be rooting for wins. And Sundays are a lot better with wins. But get in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I'm going to watch the rest of these games. Like, comment, subscribe, road to 11 candles, book and flexing. I'm out.